Good morning, brothers and sisters. There used to be a time when watching Mass on TV was optional. Now it's our go-to resource for keeping us connected to our faith. And I'm grateful that you're all able to join us for this wonderful liturgy this morning. How can experiencing our faith be so wonderful when we feel so lonely, isolated, and disconnected from our faith communities? I'm not used to this at all. We're all in an entirely new, different kind of unfamiliar landscape, and it doesn't feel that great. I've always been one to think that moments of uneasiness and tension are all about moving us forward out of our comfort zones to places of greater growth. Easier said than done. Mother Teresa used to say that our personal misery was Jesus leaning down from the cross to give us a kiss. Because when we are that close to him, with his arms open wide, he's inviting us to be that united with him in his own misery and passion. His kiss to us is that intimate and personal, and so filled with love that he makes all bittersweet. Perhaps there are a few of us right now asking Jesus to stop kissing us for just a little bit. But our gospel reading today is filled with great hope for us during these very trying times. 5,000 people were following Jesus because of his message and the signs and wonders that he worked. They probably didn't know much about what completely following him fully means, but at least at this point in the story, they're very, very hungry. What was there to feed so many? 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. The need was so great, and the resources were so few. Does that sound familiar to any of us today? But what does Jesus do? First, he gives thanks with the small gifts that he holds in his precious hands. And what happens next? Those gifts are multiplied, more than enough to satisfy an impossibly large number of people, with 12 wicker baskets filled with leftovers. We may look around us and feel a similar challenge. How will we get through the days ahead of us that we may well look even more bleak because we can't see the light yet at the end of the tunnel? And yet we have Jesus' promise to take care of all of our needs. And his word transcends even the greatest challenges that we face. Jesus is feeding us. And it's not just his word that we cling to. It's his real gift of peace. In last Sunday's gospel, he reveals himself to the disciples who were in great fear with this greeting, "Peace be with you." We hear that spoken 3 times in the gospel. St. John wants to make sure that we heard it. And last Sunday was also Divine Mercy Sunday, when Jesus washes torrents of grace upon the souls who seek him with sincere hearts. When I think of torrents, I think of monsoon rains of grace, impossible to remain dry from. That's how much he wants to give us, and if we only ask. His peace is real and gives us the confident hope to endure our greatest struggles. Jesus is feeding us. Our worship is indeed different from how we celebrated even 2 months ago. But I want to reference the Pharisee named Gamaliel in our first reading from Acts, who counseled the Sanhedrin after the apostles were brought in for interrogation. What prophetic words he uttered. If their endeavor is of human origin, it will destroy itself. But if it comes from God, you will not be able to destroy them. My friends, for 2,000 years, the reality of Jesus Christ has endured many storms, some far greater than what we're experiencing right now. But the church remains with Christ firmly as its head. On this rock we can always rely. Our invitation is to continue to pray for each other, for those on the front lines, those who are suffering loss of job security and loss of loved ones. Let us invite Jesus to keep feeding us and help us feed each other by finding ways to serve each other with compassion through our struggles, using our meager resources to multiply them, like the loaves and the fish, for great good. Let us be Jesus to each other, bending down from the cross with a kiss and an embrace. Jesus, I trust in you.